no copping, I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanna data. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no copping, I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
I let my birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the demon on flats. I got a in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets they fat. I got the from the block and they screaming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I got my. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a. Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happen when you give it a taste like.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. First carry of the ball game now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. With it is Jackson, and spins away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Crowell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to air one out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On second down, Anderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Mayfield from the gun on third down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Avery Williamson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit. They'll put some points on the board on this one.
And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The pitch to Crowell. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting them in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
That's taken it around the 40. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum? Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. We'll see what they'll do here as they're up against a 4th and inches. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Crowell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play. play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the gun, Mayfield to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Anderson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns were able to cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
This is Crowell. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to lead to a third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. The Jets on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
His throw incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
A second down throw for Mayfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. On 1st and 10. Mayfield. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, dude. Gun, 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 gun.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Defending an out route is awfully difficult because the best receivers try and sell an inside move before they break to the out, and you have to respect that as a defensive guy, because if you let them, what they say, cross your face or get across you in the middle of the field, usually you're beating on a route, and that's an easier throw for the quarterback. So you ordinarily take a step over to make sure you seal that off. In this case, he was able to not only do that, but react back to the sideline and bat the ball down.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll run with Crowell. Room here to run. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now it's Crowell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Crowell across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team, we're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Crowell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A gain of 3, second down. They'll toss it to Crowell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On the run, it's Crowell. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
No, check, Patriot!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
A handoff, running left, Crowell. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now, Barney! Detroit!
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now it's Crowell running right. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now to try the Jets field goal, Cairo Santos. from the left hash. This from 53 yards out. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run it again with Anderson. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Refusing to go down. And now off to the races down the right side. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big-time run there by Anderson. 48 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Mayfield now. Screen play, Anderson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already?
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out come the Jets. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Watch it now, Barney.
Again, it's Crowell. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now a toss right to Crowell. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He was looking for a Nunwa there. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Mayfield now on 2nd down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 3rd down, that's Anderson, and he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Anderson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Handoff comes to Anderson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have got getting this one down to the 28, and that's all. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Running for it. Here's Anderson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one a back-breaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent, and how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for